Malokin, I am Hilario Poot Cahun and I am Yucatec Maya, one of the first peoples of the Yucatan Peninsula. There are many different Mayan groups, and we live in southern Mexico, Belize, Guatemala, and Honduras. Our communities are closely associated with biodiversity hotspots, and we are on the front line of protecting the jungles and the sea that we love. Just like I learned the ways of the jungle from my grandfather, all the first peoples learn about the ecosystems around them in the same manner. Our ecological knowledge is important and can help protect our local ecosystems and the endangered wildlife that they support. However, our ecological knowledge is often ignored by resource managers and policymakers, and our school textbooks do not properly equip us. Additionally, much of the ecological knowledge is trapped in our mother tongue, and fewer people are learning them, and our language, culture, and ecological knowledge are disappearing. When I was a boy in Tijosuco, we would go to park where all the children and adults would speak Maya. Now, when I go there, the children only speak Spanish and rarely hear an adult speaking Maya. Others have noticed this too, but no one does anything. It was about this time when I heard about Robbie Thigpen, who also wanted to change these things. He believes that everyone should have a science book written in the language they use at home. Like me, his first ecology lessons were from his relatives. He also studied biology at university and decided to develop a new class of science curriculum that combined Western science and local ecological knowledge in a manner that complemented each other. He developed methods to create this next-level biology curricula that will not only help the first peoples to better protect and preserve biodiversity, it will also empower us to protect our languages and culture. We decided to collaborate in order to level up again. The first book was developed by collaborating with about a dozen linguistic communities from the Greater Caribbean Basin. This past summer, we collaborated with la Universidad Intercultural Maya de Quintana Roo and with the Department of Indigenous Education for the Secretary of Education for Quintana Roo, SEC, begin testing and evaluating a multiple chapter biology curriculum for 4th grade Maya students. Robbie and I used the method he developed with his indigenous brothers and sisters to use content he developed with other biologists from the region to create a biology textbooks that we used 4th grade classes in 5 indigenous primary schools in Quintana Roo. When SEC saw these biology curricula, they wanted to use them to teach Maya reading and writing skills. These curricula worked better than expected, with most of the children reading and writing in Maya while learning about local species and ecosystems on the first day. Many of the parents wanted to learn from the books too, and the communities were proud to have a science book written in Maya. Today, we are developing new 5th grade content to use next year. When these materials have been validated, the Secretary of Education wants to deploy them in every indigenous primary schools in Quintana Roo. Simultaneously, we are developing relationships with other linguistic groups in the region so that they too can have this pan-cultural curricula for their schools in their mother tongue. Additionally, we are building relationships between local universities so that we can all work together to achieve our shared goal of protecting our shared future for our grandchildren's children, and we hope they will be proud of their ancestors. We cannot change the past, but together we can change the future. I am Hilario Poot Cahun. Let's protect our future together. Nip Olal.